What's up, YouTube? Caught us in the middle of the installation of our Quake LED Fender chop kit. So we got our Quake LED there. We've already taken care of chopping the fender and gutting it out and everything like that. And when you do that, you end up losing your fender liner, which exposes the engine of your Jeep to the elements and everything like that. So that's probably why you're here. What we are going to do is we're going to install the Wolfstorm fender liner kit. So I did order the front fender liner and rear fender liner. So let's get to installing this. All right, inside the box, we have all of our fender pieces that we're going to have to put together. The customer service from Wolfstorm was amazing. I messaged them at 7 p.m. Thursday night, Mountain Standard Time. They responded within 20 minutes. I ordered them Friday morning, and by Monday afternoon, they were on my front porch. Now, one thing that I haven't seen yet, unboxing all this stuff, is there's no instructions. I'm not sure if there's instructions online on their website, like a PDF or something like that. But let's just take a look at what we got and see if it's simple enough to install without them, or if we need to actually get those instructions. But let's open these things up. Alrighty, got this labeled as F2 and F1. I'm thinking that they're two-piece fenders, and each one of these has a couple of pieces in there. That's pretty slick looking. I was having trouble seeing online what these looked like. They almost looked like they were opened out and vented. They are actually completely flat, kind of giving a slick, kind of giving a slick little detail there. So yeah, I was worried that these wings were tapered out, but no, that looks pretty cool. And then the second piece. So this one looks like it's probably the driver's side. This one looks like it's the passenger side. So there's a couple of those pieces there. Let's get the other package opened up here. Now these are powder-coated steel fenders, they're not aluminum. So my whole thing is, for fender liners, why do you need to spend $600-700 for some Poison Spider or DV8 fender liners? They're literally just pieces of metal that sit inside the fender. So Wolfstorm comes in at about $200, I think I paid for these. $200 for the front and rear sets. So price point on these things are amazing. So here's one of the pieces. Just kind of wondering if this is a removable piece that you can take off and paint. These guys are riveted in, and this looks like it's a silk screen print or something like that. So if you didn't like the logo, hit it with some black spray paint. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. And then there's your second piece. So two pieces are probably going to get bolted together, and then they go right in. So let's piece these things together now. So also inside the box, it's a little white box. Instructions in here maybe? No, it's at least hardware. Nope, just the hardware. Lots and lots of just Ziploc bags of nuts, bolts, body trim clips, So let's see if we can get this together without the instructions. Shouldn't be too hard. All right, so we are basically going to take our fender liners here. So we are on the passenger side. This is the front, towards the front of the Jeep. This is the rear one. So the small flat one towards the front with the taper down. The rear one is going to bend outwards. The top's going to bend in. I got 2 bolts from bag B07, 2 washers from bag W11. I got 2 nuts from bag N09 and 2 locking washers from bag W09. So we're just going to grab one of our nuts here. I don't know if it really matters which side's on top. I'm looking at the fact that if the tire is rotating this way, I don't want this edge catching if I'm flexed completely out, grabbing that and flipping it. So I'm actually going to put the rear over the front. So let's grab the bolt, grab washer. We're going to feed it through to the other side. I'm going to take the locking nut, or sorry, the locking washer and put it on there, and then the nut. Once you get one on there finger tight, same thing with the other one. We are going to grab the bolt, the washer, line up our holes, put it through. Our lock washer, and our nut. These guys are a little adjustable here. The holes are kind of ovaled out a little bit. So, I don't know, I might leave it a little loose right now. We'll figure out how much movement we have when it's sitting inside the Jeep. I'm hesitant to tighten these down right now, just in case I have to have some sort of movement. You know what? I'm just gonna line up this cut perfectly right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and cinch these down with a socket and an Allen wrench. So let's get that taken care of. Alrighty, so it is a 4mm Allen wrench on the front, 10mm nut on the back. I'm gonna line these guys up. Let me see if I can get this a little bit tighter before I try to pick it up and move it. Again, I'm just lining up that arc right there. Okay, shouldn't move too much on us now. Holding with an Allen wrench on this side. We got our socket on the other side, and let's snug this up there. Cool. Let's see if we can get this hung on the Jeep. All right, so using the same hardware we did in the first one, the bolt, the washer, lock washer, and nut. On this front hinge right here, our front mount from the factory, there's an opening right there. So we're gonna go ahead and mount it right there. It is my understanding that you actually have to remove the fender to get this installed. So good thing I'm at this process of my fender chop kit. So get this lined up here. And I'm gonna try to do it bolt side on the bottom. That way we don't have the threads of the bolt sticking up. Kind of wish I had a helper on this part. So we'll feed that through. Get that up there. Let's see if we can get that fender to stay long enough for us to be able to get this on here. Oh, it's gonna be tough. Let's try that again without gravity fighting us this time. All right, so kind of got this in here a little bit, just so it can hold and hang. So I got this lip here going behind the body. I think I'm probably gonna have to pop this Christmas tree clip for the power that goes to the turn signals. So get that popped out. So that's out of the way. I'm gonna have to be able to reach in here and plug my new lighting kit at some point. And there's not much wire there. So I don't want that on the outside, I want that on the inside for sure. But let's see where this is going to end up for us here. Alright. Cool. There are a couple of pop rivets. Pick you up here. There's a couple of pop rivets right here and right here. And there's a couple of openings on the fender liner, so I believe that those are going to end up going through there. And then there's also this opening here and an opening on the frame. So I believe that's going to have to mock up right in there. Let me take a look at my lighting situation here before we continue forward. All right, got you underneath here. These are the two little body clips that I was talking about a little earlier. I'm going to go ahead and pop those out. So there's one. And then let's see if I get underneath the second one here. Come on. Leverage is your friend. Your friend was so nice to me, came out really easily, and why are you being a pain in my butt? Alright. If you're not going to be nice to me, I'm not going to be nice to you. So, get that guy out. This plastic piece that used to sit in there, we're going to take that out. Let's finish getting this Christmas tree clip out here. Really, man? Really? Fine, I'll just push you all the way through. That exposes these two guys right here. And let's see if we can bolt those together. I don't know. I wonder if those can stay, or if this can stay, and those bolts have enough thread to fit all the way through. Let's give that a shot, because I'd like to keep this on here to keep junk from flying inside the body. Okay, so using the same bolts and washers we had before, we are going to do bolt and washer. Make sure we're not pinching off any of our wires up here. Oh, look at that, it just like popped right up into where we need to be. So, let's see here. Try to find where that hole is, which I can feel it, I just can't see it. And it's not flush all the way in there. Let's see here. There it is. Come on, I just had my punch tool all the way through it. Where are you at? Punch tool, where's the hole? Oh boy. You guys probably see it better than I can see it. Flexing the fender a little bit to see if we can get that found. I think I found it. Nope, came right off again. Require a little encouragement. Where you at? Alright, this is the part of install videos they normally don't show you. So I had to push on the fender and push it in until I could get the bolt through. I got, grab my Allen wrench here. You got the bolt through, have the washer on this side, I have the lock washer on the inside, and the nut. And I got just enough threads on there, so let's see if I got enough to actually tighten this in. Which feels like we're going. Yeah, we're going. So before I get that one cinched down too much, let's see if we can get this bottom one lined up. There we go. We're through the plastic. Let's see if we can get the rest of the way through here. I can feel it on the inside. There we go. So I got it caught enough through the hole that I'm actually going to use the threads to assist myself in coming all the way through. Locking washer. And then the nut. And we are threading through now. Okay, before I cinch this all up, I want to go back up and get the other mounting points set up, and then we'll come back and we'll tighten this all up. So you guys could see what we were just looking at. There is those two nuts that we were just working on. Fender's up here behind the body. There's a hole for the cable. This is what my Quake LED cable, and I'm probably going to just tuck it up inside the fender here. Right here is where the first bolt that we installed was. We got to go all the way to the front here, get this positioned behind the front grille, and we have to get this lined up right there, and we'll see what parts that we have for that. Alrighty, so we had a couple of these push pins. There's an S08, which is a little bit bigger on the end, and an S06, which this matches up with the size of the hole in there perfectly. We don't really have any other bolts, just a lot of body trim pieces, so let's give this one a shot and see how that fits. So that fits right in the hole, and you push right in. That feels good there. Alright, so 2 screws in the back, 1 screw here, and then the push pin there. I don't see any other openings, so I'm not sure what all those other body trim pieces are. So let's get this screwed in, and I think that's it. They have this kit for the JL Wrangler as well, and they do have a video, no install instructions, but the JL Wrangler, there's 2 holes here, this one guy here, putting the 2 pieces together, and the 2 in the back. So there's a lot of extra pieces in here. Not really sure why. So let's go ahead and line the rest of this junk up and cinch it all down. Cool, got you guys all set back up here. I'm gonna grab my 10mm wrench and our little 4mm Allen. We'll hold the nut up top here, and we will tighten the Allen screw. Some of these spots can be a little tight, but that one's on there. Our push pin right there is good. Alrighty, let's go ahead and tighten these ones down here. Let me see if I get you back down there. But the 2 Allen screws that we had there initially. Alright, welcome back down to the bottom there. So we will get our wrench up in the back here. And our Allen screw, and let's get this guy tightened down. Everything's feeling good. Okay, let's get our bottom one. Once you get the feel for what this is supposed to look like, the install is really not that bad. So hopefully this video is going to help you guys on that install. But there we go. That is tight. Let's take a look at the fitment here and see what we think. Alrighty, don't mind this wire. This wire, I'm going to get it tucked up when I put the Fender back on and install the Fender chop kit. On the back side, I feel like the fitment's great, even the position for the cable. Everything looks good all through here, through the suspension. Looks like it clears all of that just fine. It's not until you get up to here that things get a little wonky. So that for sure is where that goes. But then all these openings get kind of weird. There's the cutout for this little plastic piece right here. Doesn't really sit in there right. Got that piece right there that goes to the front. Here is your front grille. That doesn't go behind anything. That's supposed to sit there. I don't know. The fitment's a little off right there. It's not perfect. There's our rivet that goes into that hole, that push pin rivet that goes in that hole right there. There's no other holes that it fits into. Those oval ones and that hex one really don't work, because if we went that low, we'd pull this way out of the way. So, I mean, overall, once you got it figured out, the install wasn't too bad. We'll see what it looks like when we get the Fender back on. My only issue is it doesn't fit very well right there, but I don't think that's going to cause any problems. Alright, I will get this Fender installed, and I will give you guys a finished view for what this looks like. Alright guys, I got the Fender chop kit installed with the lights. There are the new fender liners from Wolfstorm. That fitment up here, still not the best, but I mean, unless you're sitting there getting right up into it to look at it, you're not going to see it. It's sturdy. It's in there. It does its job. I might end up bending that up out of the way. Same with that guy right there, because those were the factory mounting points. But that's for another time. It looks like everything clears, and I dig it. Got to get the rear ones installed now.